Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
You're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park. I'm Nadia, and in tonight's news, a Liberty teacher gets named to a statewide panel, and Canton gets set to celebrate Diwali.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
Liberty Middle School teacher Daniel Parsons was recognized for his commitment to equity in the classroom recently when he was inducted into the Michigan Teacher Leadership Collaborative. The MTLC, which is run by the Education Trust Midwest and Teach Plus, is a year-long program to give educators more in-depth knowledge about education policy and equity-based educational practices. Members will have the chance to build connections with each other, learn more about the education system, and meet with state officials to discuss new educational policies and their impact on teachers and students. Parsons says he strives to know and understand his students and provide an equitable learning experience for them.
You know, there's so many students that we have in our classes. They're all coming from different walks of life and different experiences, putting the time in to get to know the people around us. This is a part of our craft as teachers that's nonstop.
Inductees were chosen through a competitive process, including an in-depth application and an interview. More information can be found at teachplus.org/mi.
Canton Leisure Services is partnering with community groups for an evening of celebration when it hosts the third annual Diwali Festival of Lights. The event will honor the Diwali festival, representing the victory of light over darkness. The evening will kick off with the performances featuring dancers, continue with children's activities and learning opportunities, and end with the traditional lighting of firecrackers. The event has gained popularity over the years as community members have become more familiar with the cultural celebrations in Canton. Canton Township trustee Chanya Ganguly says that the event is a way to celebrate the growing diversity of this community and bring people from all backgrounds together to celebrate.
We want to be more culturally inclusive. We wanted to, bring in more festivals so that the people in the community are aware that our neighbors can have diverse celebration, and as a way, they might also want to participate in these celebrations.
Canton's Diwali Festival of Lights will take place on October 27th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Summit on the Park Banquet Center. More information can be found at cantonfun.org.
Violence in Israel tops our look at world and national news tonight. Fighting between Israel and the Palestinian militant group Hamas continues after Hamas fighters launched coordinated attacks on Israel over the weekend. Since then, the death toll has risen to nearly 1,200, with thousands more injured on both sides of the conflict. At least 9 Americans are among the dead, according to the State Department. Hamas is threatening to execute hostages live on air if Israel targets civilians in Gaza. A Hamas spokesperson said they will respond to any targeting of people in their homes without warning. The militant group claims to have more than 100 hostages, including Israeli army officers. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy isn't closing the door on a possible comeback. While speaking to reporters about the situation in Israel today, he did not answer a question about whether he would be a candidate for Speaker. The California Republican also didn't speak to whether he thinks he'd be the best choice for Speaker now, given his pro-Israel history. The United Auto Workers strike is nearing the 4-week mark. This comes as union members at the Volvo Group-owned Mack Trucks went on strike today after rejecting a tentative contract agreement. Thousands of UAW members across at least 20 states remain on strike against the big 3 U.S. automakers. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is running for the White House as an independent. Kennedy Jr. was running for president as a Democrat, but told supporters in Philadelphia that he'll be switching parties. He began his run in the spring against President Biden. The 69-year-old says he wants to be free from taking sides. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Nadia. Your look at campus news is next. From the popcorn-filled cinema to the Broadway theater and your family room sofa, we're bringing Once Upon a Time and Happily Ever After straight to your radio. With show-stopping musical numbers, heart-wrenching ballads, and of course, the comical relief, we'll discover worlds of magic and wonder on Box Office. I'm Nadia, and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m., I'll navigate the cliches and plot twists with you and take you back to the first time you watched your favorite TV show or movie. Grab your favorite snack, a blanket, and step up to the Box Office every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 88.1 The Park.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's Campus News.
The Plymouth Canton Community Schools will host an in-person job fair on Wednesday, October 25th, from 3:30 to 6 p.m. at the Canton High School cafeteria. You can explore open positions throughout the district, including teachers, paraprofessionals, administrative assistants, food service, and more. More information is at pccsk12.com. Gallimore Elementary School has been named a 2023 National Blue Ribbon School and recognized as one of the country's highest performing schools. Gallimore is one of 353 public schools in the United States and only 11 in Michigan to receive the Blue Ribbon designation. Congratulations to the staff and students at Gallimore. P-CCS TV is the new home of the district's digital content, offering expanded information and entertainment that's better than ever. Subscribing to P-CCS TV via YouTube will give viewers new ways to interact with the school district with an inside look at the innovative learning going on in the classrooms, go behind the scenes toward award-winning extracurricular offerings, and catch live-streamed sports, concerts, and performances, and reporting from on-site events across the PCCS community. To subscribe for free, visit PCCS TV on YouTube. For Campus News, I'm Sydney. Your look at sports is next.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports. In PCAP Sports today, Salem Boys Soccer travels to Churchill in their crossover game, while Canton Boys Soccer visits John Glenn. Canton Girls Golf is at Salem Hills Golf Course for regionals. The Kings of the NFC North flexed their muscles yesterday. The Lions blasted the Panthers 42-24 from Ford Field. Jared Goff completed 20 of 28 passes for 236 yards and 3 touchdowns, while David Montgomery scampered for 109 yards and a rushing touchdown. Goff also ran for a score along with Craig Reynolds, while Sam Laporta caught a pair of touchdowns. Aiden Hutchinson recorded a sack to go with his first interception of the season, and Jerry Jacobs also came down with a pick. Goff says running back David Montgomery was the catalyst of the Lions' offensive success.
He's been just as steady as it comes, and some good looks for him today, certainly with the line, but there were some looks that weren't great that he just made something out of nothing. And when he's doing his thing, it's hard to stop us.
Detroit has won 3 straight games and is now 4-1. The Lions visit the Buccaneers this Sunday. The Detroit Red Wings put a bow on the preseason with a 4-3 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs at Little Caesars Arena on Saturday. The Wings gave up the first 2 goals of the game before scoring 4 goals in a row to take the lead for good. The Red Wings open up the regular season against New Jersey on Thursday night. The Detroit Pistons couldn't finish off their big comeback with a win during a 130-126 overtime loss to the Phoenix Suns in a preseason contest at Little Caesars Arena. The Pistons trailed by as many as 26 before storming back in the fourth quarter. Asar Thompson hit a game-tying 3 in the final 10 seconds of regulation to send the game into overtime. The Pistons are 1-0 in exhibition play, and they will visit the Thunder on Thursday. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Leo. Traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94. Your look at traffic starts now.
Look for slow traffic on all of our area freeways this afternoon as the construction projects continue. I-275 northbound and southbound have traffic down to 2 lanes, and we have delays on M14 eastbound and I-96 westbound. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park with your local weather forecast.
We'll have clear skies tonight and a low of 42. Tomorrow will be rainy with a high of 54. Right now in Plymouth Canton, it's 53 degrees under cloudy skies on your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Leo and Sydney, I'm Nadia on Newsfile at 5:30. Stick around. Box Office is next, followed by Plymouth and Canton's hit music at 7.